Well, Georgia's Supreme Court will now decide whether Fulton County DA Fani Willis must respond to a subpoena from a state Senate committee. Republican lawmakers say that it's about holding her accountable for her now ended election interference case against President Donald Trump. Well, the court's ruling could set a major precedent for state oversight. 11 Live Doug Richards joins us live now from the Capitol on today's court hearing. So, Doug, how did it go?
It was interesting. Fani Willis was not in the room when attorneys for the state Senate committee argued that Willis was compelled by law to answer a subpoena requiring her to testify. And then in a weird twist, Willis's people said that she would, in fact, testify. She just would not do so in response to the subpoena.
This case is moot. She's going to appear next Wednesday.
Former Georgia Governor Roy Barnes is the attorney representing Willis before the state Supreme Court. He argues the state Senate committee's subpoena is invalid because the Senate and House adjourned their legislative session weeks earlier.
The attack is that the subpoena is void, and there is simply zero constitutional text to support that argument.
An attorney for the Republican-led committee insisted the subpoena was legally valid. Committee members say only the subpoena can ensure that Willis would actually testify.
But she's going to appear. We've acknowledged service. We're going to be
Will she actually answer all the questions, or can she refuse to answer some of the questions?
Well, I'll object where I think it's inappropriate.
I'm convinced she'll show up. I hope she'll show up. She was committed to showing up before and did not show up. The real question is whether she tries to hide behind privilege or whether she's forthcoming with the committee.
So Willis's attorney says that she will, in fact, appear next week voluntarily. And, of course, the question then is going to be to what extent she actually answers the questions that are submitted to her by the Senate members of the committee. Her attorney will be at her side offering her advice on whether or not to answer particular questions. We are live at the Capitol tonight. Doug Richards, 11 Alive News.
And I'm sure you're going to be following that story closely for us, Doug. We appreciate it, sir.